Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Thank you for joining the session. This session is about Copilot persona-based use cases. My name is Ayman Khalifa, and I will walk you through different use cases that leverage the use of Copilot within your day-to-day applications. But before we get to the session and the session details, I'd like you to participate on this, let's say, poll. Yeah, that will tell us which is the persona that you're actually interested in seeing today. So if you can please scan the QR code and enroll, or if you want, if you're using the same device, like you're using your phone for the call, and you won't be able to scan, maybe you want to go to the website woclap.com. I'm just pasting it on the chat window here. And then add the event code, which is on the screen as well. There we go. You're right. Go to the website that I shared, WooClap, and join me in here. Or just scan the QR code. Will allow everyone to join a couple of minutes. Good time for me to have my coffee. All right. Meanwhile, for those who are not aware, well, we're doing these webinars in a collaboration between Microsoft and Technology to raise awareness about Copilot to help those with license to harness this tool and how and the power that it provides to help those who yet to get the license convinced and get the license and start using AI on their daily applications. Yeah, I hope you can hear me clearly. Can you? Well, let me say something. I like my sessions to be interactive, which means if you have any question at any point of time, please feel free to ask right away. Worst case scenario, you're going to ask me a question I don't know the answer to. It's a chance for me to learn something new. So please be generous with your questions. Copilot is going to answer all of our questions today and every day. So please engage and let's maximize the benefit out of these hours we're spending here. So let's begin. I'm just gonna copy the and paste again the code, allowing the new arrivals to click on the code and enroll with us on this poll. And let's begin. Now on your phone or the browser that you open, you will see a couple of personas that would help us tailor this webinar content to best suit your need, all right? So please let us know which department you belong to. We got finance and IT. Marketing, communication, all right. Okay, we're gonna allow 1 more minute, 1 more minute for everyone to respond. Those who still wants to join, please feel free to join by clicking on the link and then tell us or vote. Yeah, we got one vote for HR. I was gonna vote for you, Moza. I opened the new tab, but then you've done it. Okay, different personas. Okay, so we're gonna begin with this website here, adoption.microsoft.com. While we keep an eye on the voting, we got customer service as well. All right. So I was hoping that we will get one persona with most votes, but we got some similar numbers in here. So let me tell you something. The time we're spending here in this call is gonna be the tip on the iceberg, like the getting you started session, yeah. But then you need to visit this website and spend some good time on it because it has all the resources you need to help you with your adoption, all right, of the technology. They have videos, they have um, persona-based PPTs and so on. And I will demonstrate some of those persona-based PPTs in this session as well. Yeah. So please visit this website and use the resources that you will find in here. Thank you for your participation on this poll. Let's carry on. Hi, next question. Please raise your hand if you have the Copilot license. Ankit, Sarah. Who else? Got Fatima as well. Okay. All right. Thank you. You may lower your hand. I'll lower it from my end. All right. Thank you. All right. So most of us don't have the license in this call. Yeah. Not a problem. Some of the examples that I will explain can be accessed or can be tested, or you can practice, or you can follow the demos from this website, copilot.microsoft.com. I'm sharing the link on the chat window as well. That's the free version of Copilot that you can try. And for for your mobile devices, you would want to have Copilot on your phones as well. So feel free to scan this QR code that will appear now on the screen in order to get Copilot on your phone. And let me walk you through this. First of all, if you want to access this on your phone immediately, you can access the link, or you can go to the App Store or Play Store and then look up Copilot. You will get two versions of Copilot. One will be called Copilot. The other one will be called MS365 Copilot. The difference is the Copilot is the consumer version. That's for those who doesn't have the license, and for you to interact with Copilot and get data from the web. But the MS365 Copilot is the corporate version, the enterprise version, for the ones who has the license. All right. So if you have the license, you can access Copilot on your phone, and then interact with your work documents and your organization context and so on. That has been said, moving on to the first persona here. We're going to begin with the first persona, but then before we jump to our persona, what I want to share with you is top 10 to try first prompts. You have the license. Yeah. If you have the license, you might want to go to Teams and recap the meeting, right? You can ask Copilot to drive an email with notes and action items from a particular meeting. Let me show you. You haven't seen Copilot capabilities before. Let me show you how to do that. I'm just accessing my Copilot. Just a second. Yeah, right. So basically, this is Microsoft Teams. And under chat, you will find Copilot icon. On this Copilot icon, the Copilot chat, what we call Copilot chat interface will pop up with two main buttons here, work and web. This grounds Copilot to the web, which means Copilot will get the data only from the internet. And the work button grounds Copilot to your work environment. And you can tell by the sample prompts that appears here. You go to web if you want a cheesecake recipe or anything non-work related. And you can see the interface here. You see, give me a more concise summary of recent news about a certain product or a certain topic. Execute and explain this code, all right? Give me step-by-step instructions for making an Instagram reel. So these are generic prompts, but work, things gets more specific now. help me prepare for a particular webinar. What is the latest from, and that's one of my employees, one of my colleagues, I mean, right? When is the next meeting with then another colleague? So these are example or sample prompts that you can use. On the right hand, we see the history of the conversations with Copilot. And if you don't want this part, just click on this button here, and then it will disappear. For me to show you larger prompts, I'm going to click on the Copilot icon and open in a new window. This is the new window. All right. So I get a larger interface where I can zoom so you can see my prompts. So for instance, to refer to certain content, like a meeting and so, you can click on add content and you can reference or refer to certain people or files or meeting or emails and so on. Similarly, you can type / to get to the same panel. So maybe I want Copilot to help me prepare for a meeting. And this meeting is a webinar on the 24th, which is tomorrow. So by sending this to Copilot, Copilot will prepare agenda content. And if I want a particular thing, I should have mentioned it on the prompt in the first place. That's the webinar. Here is the agenda of the webinar. Here is the material. So Copilot went to my data and picked a material, picked the PowerPoint that I'm supposed to use. Right? It did not create this PowerPoint. I already have this PowerPoint. It even shows the last modification date. All right. Some key points. It got me some email conversation summary. All right. Meeting transcript of previous webinars. All right. Additional information and so on. I'm still working on generating links for the webinar and all the data that you need. All you need to do now is follow up with prompts to get more details to prepare, like summarizing the key points from the PowerPoint presentation. So these are one of the things that you need to try first, right? And then summarizing email threads, yeah, which is pretty easy with Copilot. So if I go to my if I go here, all right, that's my email. I have some dummy data here. You see, I have this conversation. It's a very long thread, all right? So what I can do is I can just click on summary by Copilot, and Copilot will give me a summary of the long thread. There we go. I got the summary. Beckham said, all right, and Ayman said, and all that. So this is easy, doesn't even need any prompt. And then, of course, you can draft with Copilot. You can ask Copilot to draft an email to a certain person, all right? That information them inform them about a certain project and whatever you want to inform them with. And that is pretty easy by the same technique when you send emails. You go to new, and then you will find Copilot here in order to help you drafting. Or it's announcing itself, draft with Copilot. And then ask email to my manager, Rania, right? To check her availability for a one-on-one meeting tomorrow. Right, there we go. Despite the typos, Copilot will understand, and then you can send this one, and Copilot will generate the email for you. Then from here, you can make it shorter, make it longer, change the tone, make it direct, casual, and so on. And if I want to convince my manager, maybe I'll write her a poem. This is not a practical scenario, but yeah, change the tone, make it direct, make it formal, and so on. So these are some of the things that Copilot can do, and you have to try first. summarizing a document is becoming easier and easier every day. One sample here would be in Microsoft Teams. If I add a certain document, and you will all have this question, can it really understand PDF? Yes, it does understand PDF. If you have a PDF file, refer to that PDF, and then it will summarize the document for you. So for instance, I'm attaching this PDF. Okay, you can attach the document first and then write the prompt, or write the prompt first. It doesn't matter. And then I will go like, what are the key steps on this document? Then it will access the document, combine the key steps, and get back to me with the results. Is not valid. I guess I moved it or something, so it's just caching. So let me try something else. Scenario for marketing. Yeah, why not access this PPT and summarize this document? There we go. Overview, value, top 10 scenarios to try. That's what we're looking at right now. Okay, top 10 scenarios to try. And then marketing scenarios, key. So it gave me the summary of the document. So these are the things that you need to try before jumping into a persona specific scenarios. And then of course, Copilot chat, Copilot in Teams can tell you more details about projects or topics, going and combining data from multiple emails, documents, and then give it back to you in the format that you request. Maybe you want to get more ideas. So just 10 compelling taglines based on a file. Why not? That can work. Help me write. So generate 3 ways to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That's in Word, but it works everywhere, of course, not only in Word. Ask about something that you missed from your manager, right? He mentioned that, oh, yeah, we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, but then you forgot. It happens to me during webinars. Someone is asking 2, 3 questions back to back, and by the time he reached the third question, I might forgot the first one already. So I asked Copilot to list down the questions asked, yeah, from the interactions, and then I address them one by one. Or in Excel, if you have a formula that you don't know how to create, well, ask Copilot, and then Copilot will help you. All right, it's pretty easy. It could be a formula, and it could be a graph. All right. And then let's say I'm interested about the campaigns, all right, and the revenue. So I can go like create a graph to visualize the different campaigns and their revenue. This is my prompt. I know you cannot see it. I hope you can see it now. That this is my prompt that I'm sending to Copilot. So I'm gonna send it to Copilot. Copilot will take a look at my data set and get me the results. All right, there we go. It analyzed the data. Okay. And I could have been more specific and asked for a particular graph. Yeah, but this said graph, and let that Copilot handle that. So the campaign, different campaigns and the revenue. If I like what I see, I click on add to new sheet. So Copilot will add the pivot table who created this graph down and a pivot chart to a new sheet listing the campaign names and then the total revenue. So these are simple things that you can try immediately. And then translation is just very easy. Now, one thing you need to know here is that if the content is in Arabic and then you write the prompt in English, the result will be in English and vice versa. So if you have English content and you write an Arabic prompt, you get the content translated automatically. Do you have any questions so far? Any question? All right, thanks for the feedback, Melissa. Okay, let's move on then. Moving on. All right. Now, the scenarios that I will share with you and the scenarios that you will see on the adoption website that I shared with you, they have different levels, all right? The effort from your end to achieve that scenario. So, a starter is level one, where you can achieve that with the free version that I showed you, or Copilot Chat. Okay, but then for level two, you're gonna need either Microsoft 365 Copilot license, or in some scenarios, Security Copilot as well. For level three, well, that's more of a role-based scenario now, yeah, like the personas we're doing now. You might need SharePoint agents as well. Um, and if you don't know what Copilot agents are and you want to know more about, I can share and demonstrate this on this call. You just have to tell me on the chat window. So you would need agent builders, you need Copilot Studio to build agents and so on. Number four, that's where you will go for Copilot Studio and Azure AI Foundry, and we're talking about Copilot agents purely in here. All right. Now, this deck is a sample of the different personas that you will find on Copilot dot adoption. Sorry, adoption Microsoft dot adoption or adoption.microsoft.com. Sorry, my bad. So for a marketeer, what they can do is here you get some opportunities to impact the marketing KPIs, yeah, and where Copilot will help. But then Copilot can actually help here, all right? So Copilot can assist with, let's say, creating marketing materials, right? Whatever artifacts you want to create, pictures, images, um, content descriptions, content for the website, content for the social media, and so on. And it will help you do, let's say, a local research for competition and to the rest of it. Content creation, collect and share feedback on products, create new offerings and new proposals and new packaging, strategize with Copilot, let's say, brainstorm with Copilot, and so on. Product launch, campaign performance tracking, and targeted campaigns. So what happens is you go to this PowerPoint, and then let's say create marketing bill of material. There we go. And then it goes, oh, this scenario level is 3 extended, which means you need not only Copilot chat, you need agents as well. If I go back, that's what I mean by the level. So level one, yeah, starter. Any of these scenarios can be achieved by Copilot chat. So if you're a marketeer, maybe you ask Copilot to help you with your SEO. So you want to get 10 SEO keywords for a blog post that you're writing to make sure that the data you're writing has the keywords required for the search engine optimization. Another thing could be from content generation to generate certain number of words for the content that you want to create. For instance, a blog about lessons from successful small business owners and so on. You see, everything we're mentioning here is of effort one, can be achieved by Copilot Chat. You have a certain text or material, proofread it with Copilot, right? And so on. Social media content, create headlines to grab attention with Copilot. All right. Create images and add images to content, and you get to specify the type of the image. Do you want it realistic? Do you want it cartoonish? Do you want it in Disney style? Do you want it? So you get to choose, right? Just gonna jump to one of my previous prompts where I actually asked Copilot to list to me all the image styles. Let me do this now, so marketeers on the call would understand. All right, list down all the image styles that Copilot can create, all right, or generate. That's Copilot, all right. Like realistic, cartoon, watercolors, paintings, oil colors, and so on. There we go. All right, and this is some of them. They're 20 something. They're 25. So this is just example. So you're realistic, cartoon, abstract, fantasy, right, and so on. That's for the style of the images based on the brand, of course, and the persona, or the identity of the brand. So that was level one. These are things to do if you're a marketeer. But then to extend this level, I'm going to speed up a little bit just to have time to go to another personas. So brainstorm assets, all right? So you can connect Copilot to a collection of documents repository, all right? A third-party application that does document management for you. You can extend Copilot and get Copilot to retrieve information from any application you have on your organization, right? For that, you're going to need to build an agent. Where can you find what, Moza? The PowerPoint? Did I get you right? PowerPoint? PowerPoint can be found on this website. Okay. So if you want to create taglines, you go to chat, all right? If you want to create messaging framework, maybe you try writing this in in Word, yeah. So for instance, if I click here, this should take me, right, escape link to the prompt. There we go. Create a messaging and positioning framework for the name of the fiction company using the information on this marketing document. So if you click on try it on Word, all right, on one of the existing documents or new document, all right. If it fails to load, you can copy the prompt and then open Word and try that on Word. Here is Word. Just gonna switch tenants. Yeah. And I can ask Copilot to create a messaging. I wanna switch tenants, senor. Yes, please. And then maybe I attach a document. To attach documents in Word, you can type / the same way we did on Teams, or click on the reference icon in here, go to the document and pick the document, but it's easier for me to type a forward slash and start typing the name of the document. So I'm going to type mark to get anything related to marketing. And it's taken time because I've been switching between. So I'm a bit confused. All right. So if that happened to you, it won't happen because you would have one account. But if that happened to you, you might need a restart Word in short. Okay. This is a new document. Here is forward slash. All right, marketing. And then console chai tea marketing trends. That's just a sample document. And then send the prompt to Copilot. So now I'm not generating random content. It's contextual. It's based on the documents I attach to Microsoft Copilot. There you go. I got my result. All right. I can click on keep it to keep the result. So yes, what else I can do? Let me just go back to my PowerPoint. Okay. So this is the scenario, okay? Some of us would go to Loop, Microsoft Loop, and then use Copilot in Loop to help to brainstorming or generate ideas and so on. Have you used Microsoft Loop? If you haven't used Microsoft Loop at all, raise your hand, please. Okay, thank you. That's a call to try Microsoft Loop. So I'm going to access office.com, and you can do that on your corporate account because you all have access to Loop. I'm sharing the link on the chat window. Sign in with your corporate account, and then on the search window that will appear in a second, hopefully, I will search. Yes, there you go. I will search for Loop, and then I get Microsoft Loop. So Loop is basically a fancy OneNote. You get similar, kind of similar content, or sorry, a similar platform like Microsoft Loop, sorry, like Microsoft OneNote. However, um, uh, however, here I get to add people and see them working live. I have web components to add. Like for instance, if I click on the plus sign in here to add more content, just Loop is loading now. Just a second. Meanwhile, let's see this. So you can start blank and you can, okay, I got it. It's loaded. Click here. You see, I can go for tables, checklist, bullet, and so on. Date picker. All right. So people would have this added like this. So you get a web look and feel kind of a thing. Maybe a call out. All right. To type something here to highlight it. All right. Change the pin to any other emoji that you want. Okay. Maybe something related. Okay. I click on, let's say, plus sign. I get different items. I get code area to add some code. I get code will be added here as well. Yep. And then I can add, let's say, mermaid. There we go. Okay. Flowchart. If this happens and then it explains the flowchart. Yeah. I can add, let's say, math equation, table of contents, all right? A divider, an inline equation, paragraph, any of these, a quote, all right? Quality is never an accident. My favorite quote. All right. And then, yes, you can add a person, all right? Emoji picker, some labels, all right? You can add the task list, voting table for the team, because this document can be shared with other colleagues. So maybe I add a voting table in here, and then I ask people for opinions and so on, and then they vote. All right, so it's more of a web-based interface. Yeah. Let me try something else. Well, we got maybe there is will be one page for managing tasks. Yeah, so I can add a Kanban board, and then the Kanban board will have different buckets. You see, so on this bucket I have a two to-do lists. All right, I can add another card in here. You see, it's very nice and easy to use. And then I add a worker, maybe Rania, and so on. You see, so this is Microsoft Loop in short. There are other components. Feel free to explore because you already have the access image. You can record the video and add it here or any of the third-party applications in here. You want a new page, click on this, create new page or link or upload the file. They all can work under one workspace that we created called Demo 2. As of now, we have only one person, but if I click on here, I can share this with other people as well. So we all brainstorm and work and list the findings together in under one place. I'm gonna add a new page, and now let's see how Copilot can help us, right? Yeah, so what I will do is I will click on the plus sign here and draft page content with Copilot, and then Copilot will suggest certain ideas. Yeah. As long as we're doing marketing persona, I'm gonna go for these suggestions. Brainstorm strategies to attract new customers using social media. I'm gonna click on it, and then I'm gonna send this to Copilot. And then Copilot will work on it and generate the content for me. There you go. I got the content, all right? If I want to follow up with prompts, there is Copilot here. If I want to add new content, I have to click here at the bottom, all right? Start a new line and then ask Copilot to write content. But then if I want to modify the generated content, I click on this Copilot. So I'm going to click on this panel and then say, you see, it remembers the old prompt. And then I can say here, for instance, list down sample tasks for the team under each strategy. You know that I did not rehearse this, right? It's just from the top of my head. So we're stress testing the model together. All right. So writing weekly, so on, design and create, and then I can ask Copilot to generate content in a table, color code it, okay, and so on. So that's it. That is Copilot in Loop. All right. Do you have any questions so far? Any question? Anything at all? Anything you want to see? Anything you wonder that Copilot can do or not? That's how I can really help in here if you ask questions instead of me explaining stuff you already know maybe. So another scenario that can fit all personas. And by the way, everything we're saying, you can tailor that to your persona. Okay, so we're taking marketing as an example, but you can tailor that to your persona. So for instance, we have this prompt to how to run Copilot in laptop again. Okay. Well, sir, Musab, yes, sir. So if you have the Copilot license, okay, it will appear, Copilot will appear on the home tab of most of the applications automatically. You don't have to do that. To make sure that you have the license or not, fire up one of the Microsoft Office applications, go to File tab, and then go to Account all the way bottom left of the screen, Account. And under Account, you should see Copilot license in here. Yeah, icon. If you see the Copilot icon, it means you do have the license to use within Microsoft 365 applications. I hope I answered your question, Musab. Did I? Okay. So let's say I want to create a messaging and positioning framework for Copilot, right? We tried this, I guess. Yeah, we tried this. Let me try something else. All right. We're going to attach a document, and then we'll ask Copilot, based on this document, create a compelling narrative that highlights contours travel value for the company and so on. So I'm going to borrow this prompt, and I'm going to do what we call a chain scenario. I'll build something in Word and then leverage it to create a PowerPoint presentation. So I will go to Word, and I will ask Copilot here to not based on this document, create a compelling narrative about um, my company, technology, right? Value for both the company and the customer. Align the narrative, not the company, we're a group for both the group on the customer, okay? Align the narrative with marketing trends and customer needs to shape the products, services, positioning, right? Maybe I direct Copilot to get data from a certain source, get information or info to understand, get info from technology .com, all right, and send that to Copilot. Let it think and draft the positioning narrative for us. Here is the information, and of course with the references. I'm going to take a look at what I see here. If I like what I see, I click on keep it. If I don't like, I can regenerate or just get rid of it, or follow up with a prompt and then enhance the content or dig deeper in a certain area based on the prompt that I would write here. And then I'm going to click on keep it to keep it. And here is the document, right? Technology empowering innovation and customer success. I'm going to save this in OneDrive to allow other copilots to see it, because Copilot sees only the documents exist in OneDrive or SharePoint, does not see the documents within your desktop or C drive or on your computer, right? It has to be a live document in OneDrive or SharePoint. Once you save a document in OneDrive or SharePoint, it will take a minute or two for Copilot to pick that document up and understand it, and then it can reference it and see it on other applications. That's why I'm telling you all this story. I'm buying Copilot sometime to digest the document and understand it, and hopefully, when I'm about to use it, it will be indexed already. So I'm here on PowerPoint trying to create a presentation from the document that I just created. All right. So I will click on the Copilot icon here to start interacting with Copilot, or open this Copilot panel and start interacting with Copilot. Now, the difference is if you ask Copilot any question here, usually you get the answers within this panel. Yeah. And if I ask it to generate slides, it will generate the slides immediately. It will not give you the chance to see the topics or modify the topics. But if you want to see the outline of the slides that will be generated, add new topics, change the order, then don't create the slides from here. Close this panel, create the slides from this Copilot. So click on this Copilot here, create a presentation, and then it will ask you create a presentation about what? Well, not about anything, from a file. So I'm going to click on reference a file, and here we'll try to fetch the tech knowledge empowering innovation and customer success document I just created. And maybe I will explain more details here, add some context. Who is this presentation going to be presented to? Target audience. How much do they know? Why are you doing this? Some context, okay? So you get a better result. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to send this to Copilot to start generating the outlines, not the actual presentation. And then this happens where I'm going to dismiss it and try again. If it happens again, I'm going to close PowerPoint and reboot it again. All right. These issues could be sometimes because of the connectivity. Nothing serious. So give it a quick reboot, / look for your document. There you go. Maybe I'm trying to access it while Copilot is accessing it to understand the information inside already and index it and index it. Yes. So that's another reason for these errors to happen. So allow it some time and try again. There we go. So that's what Copilot generated. Value proposition, service for the group, service for the customer, services, trends, and so on, right? And if you want to change the order, feel free to click here and then drag this one around the way you want. If you want to add a topic, click on the plus sign anywhere and then ask Copilot to generate a new topic. But for now, I'm having this connectivity issue. It's not allowing me. But if I close it and open it again, it will work. It will just get me a prompt, and this doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. Click on generate slides, and Copilot now will generate the titles, the text for the slides, the images that supports and match the topic of every slide, and it will animate the slides. And on top of this, it will add the presenter notes on every slide. So it will try to assist you in what to say in every slide and help the narration. There we go. I'm going to click on keep it. Let's review together. You see it created sections. That's the first observation. All right. I bet many of you didn't know that PowerPoint has sections. And then it created the presenter notes. And it says here AI generated content. Check it out. It might not be 100% correct. So these are the presenter notes. Yeah, for every slide. And if you display this, right, there we go. You got images, you got animation, you got titles, and so on. And there we go. The presentation is ready. Do you have any question? Musab, you were asking about loop. You need to go to the easiest way. Oops. The easiest way is to go to office.com instead of remembering this whole website, cloud, pop, and so on. Just go to office.com. Okay. Just replying to Musab's question in here. Go to office.com, a search panel will appear here. Type loop, and then you can access loop. You're gonna have to do it manually, but you see, every time I have an idea, Melissa, I go try it because Copilot gets updated very frequently, right? The last time I checked, it wasn't able to. Let's do that together now. Let's check it together. If you try something and it doesn't work, try it again after a couple of, give it some time and try it again. They might have added that as a feature. So let's ask Copilot, can you add videos to PowerPoint? No, I can't do that. I can answer general purpose questions, not about the presentation, for additional things, and I can help with selecting view prompts. Can you search the internet for relevant videos? I did search the internet and it got me some things. Let me write the same prompt. Searching the internet is the easiest that it can do, all right? Let me go to Copilot in Teams, okay? And ask the same question. For videos related to Microsoft 365 Copilot. The difference is in Teams, you get the link directly. Yeah, we click on it in order to access the link, unlike PowerPoint, where you get text, then reference, then here is the link for you to copy and go try it. Sometimes those references work and sometimes they don't. Let me verify now. It works now, right? That's the only difference. But you get the same result. All right. I hope that answers your question, Melissa. All right. Now, you should have a question related to PowerPoint. You have this question, it's just didn't, the bulb didn't light yet. And your question is whether I can generate a PowerPoint presentation using Copilot on my own template. I don't want Copilot to design it for me. I work in a corporate environment, organization, ministry, whatever, and we have our own templates. So, well, the answer is yes. How to? You need to open the template first. Open the template and then ask Copilot to generate content on it. This was an example we've done earlier for our Arabic audience on MCIT. So I'm going to delete everything, keep this one, for instance. I just want to tell you one thing. Let's agree what does it mean to have a template? Well, some of us have a couple of slides here, and then they call this a template. A couple of colored slides with pictures. Well, not necessarily a proper template. Proper template. If you right click on the slide and then you go to layout and you see design here, now you have a template. But if you see this one blank white slides, you don't have one. Because these slides, the design comes from the master slide. If you go to view and then you click on slide master, you will see your template. That's the template, right? But if you have nothing here, blank, then you don't have a template, and Copilot will not leverage the slides that you colored in here and use. So that's being said, let's go to Copilot and replace this slide with new presentation. And this new presentation is going to be social media marketing plan for technology in 2025, whatever. Send in that prompt to Copilot. Let Copilot agrees with me on the slides first. The content, is this plus sign working now? Yep, there we go. Maybe I want to add something here related to dedicate this section to LinkedIn, for instance, and then send that to Copilot to generate that LinkedIn part. All right. Usually it's faster than this. So it's probably got stuck somewhere. All right. To speed up this demo, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to wait for all of this time and then generate slides, because the main demo is to generate content on my own template. Any question? Okay, there you go. All right, fine. But understood. The title slides, the content slides, whether I have two columns on my content, whether I have, you see, this slide is different than this one. The design based on the content, it will choose the right template for that. So yes, it works fine. All right, now back to our point, back to our slides. We were here demoing marketing for on behalf of the rest of the personas. So yeah, so this was the next level. And then on this level by, you get to see different other scenarios, right? And then when you move to the next one, you see Excel appears and so on. So you have different scenarios that meet different benefits and so on. And at the end of the slide, you will find Copilot Studio, a day life or a day in a life of a marketing manager, for instance. So 8 a.m. in the morning, they will go and create a brief using Word, yeah. And then they would go to categorize ideas in Copilot in Whiteboard. And then they have an agent connected to an Excel to show all data insights. And then you will have they will have a conversation with Copilot chat in order to summarize latest emails that he received and did not reply to. I can ask Copilot to tell me how many emails I did not reply to, or I did not even open, and so on, and what are they, and what are the summaries, and so on. Create a couple of slides, create a table to categorize the features discussed so far by priority based on a certain project or a timeline, and then explore that in Teams. So these decks are very useful for the persona that you choose. All right. Did you know from where to download those decks? Were you able to reach to the direct link? No? Yes? Any feedback? Are you still there? We said interactive session. Okay, the direct link to the persona area is the Microsoft Scenario Library. I'm sharing the link here on the chat window. There we go. So you will have several scenarios here to explore, all right? From customer service to finance, all right? So in finance, for instance, these are some scenarios explained in here. If you click on the scenario details, it will take you to download the scenario guide. There we go. These are some sample prompts. So each one of you will spend will spend time on this website on the persona of your choice. And I believe it's very useful. You can switch between functions to industries, and if you're into healthcare, for instance, go to the healthcare, see the scenario details, and try it out. Or maybe, just maybe, um, if you're into communication, you can see all communication scenarios, and then here you download the kit that I was displaying, okay? The PowerPoint that I was displaying. So do you have any question for me? Salah, your camera is on. Any question for me? No? No question? If you don't have a question, I have a quick assignment for you. So let me get my prompt, which I will share with you to use. Thank you, Fatima. There is a lot to explain, and if you don't really ask questions, I'll be repeating myself. Yeah. So I'm trying to guide the rest of this session using a different style here. Um, all right. Okay. So this is what I did. Take a look at this, right? That's another way to use Copilot. When I'm lazy to write an effective prompt using prompt engineering, I ask Copilot to generate the prompt for me. So I went to Copilot and I was like, generate a prompt to create a personal ID card with an avatar. Okay. Copilot goes like, okay, I'm going to do it. Avatar, and then explains the avatar for you to be able to change this if you want to change the avatar. All right, name, and then display the person's full name, and so on. And maybe you mention your name here, title, and so on. And then it asks, would you like me to generate this ID? I will go like, yes, please, please. Yeah, be polite with those AI tools. AI one day might conquer the world, so we want to get into its good side. And meanwhile, I will share this prompt with you here on the chat window. I need you all to go to copilot.microsoft.com and try this prompt after you modify the prompt. Go to copilot.microsoft.com and try this prompt. Once you get the result, share the result with us here on the chat. Screenshot or a copy of the image and add it to the chat window. I did not customize the prompt. You have to customize the prompt. Customize the way you want your avatar to look. Add your name, add your title, contact information if you want to. If you don't want to, delete the whole thing. All right. Delete the ID number or make something fun with it. Play with the design if you want to change it. You can keep the logo or change the logo and change the background as well. And share with us the result that you will get. There you go. I got my result. That was a default prompt. It wasn't customized. All right, there we go. Talking about marketing, you will get so many ideas from Copilot. Just have to use Copilot. So I'm waiting for you to share the result on the chat window. Nice, Sarah. Very nice. Sarah shared with us this one. Nice. Now be helpful to the others and share the prompt that you use to generate this image, Sarah. This is a Disney style, isn't it? And see big eyes. Yeah, I think so. So share the prompt, Sarah, please. Very short, straight to the point. Name is Sarah. Okay. Yeah, you've used it as it is, or you modified the previous prompt? Like, did you use it like this, as it is? Or you mean you modified the previous one? Ah, you used the prompt. Okay. So let me, meanwhile, as long as I'm waiting, let me play with it. All right. So create an avatar, a professional looking avatar of a person. The avatar should be friendly and approachable with natural background from a person. Okay, with a brown skin. Yeah, maybe. And then the name is display the person full name. Name is AI man. And then title is technical advisor. I don't want no contact information on my card. So I don't want no ID number. The design should be clean, modern, color scheme that you're appearing and professional. Yes, sounds good. No logo. Background is good. Let's see what I will get. Let's see who else shared something. Are you using the phone, Moza, or how are you? Are you using your phone or tablet or something or a desktop, Moza? Let me help. Laptop, just come here and Control V. Like if you're snipping something, for instance, or a screenshot, will be copied automatically. If you're using snipping tool, just snip it and come to the chat window and paste it. Right click or Control V. There we go. Yes, we got the screenshot, but that's not the image. No. Right. So this is our questions and answers part of the session. So the mic is yours. This is where you get to ask anything related to Copilot or your organization, and how to adopt, how to leverage this AI capabilities at your work environment, and I will answer as much as I can. So if you don't have questions, ask Copilot to generate questions of something you want to know. No? Right? Sometimes I think. Nice, Musab. Brilliant. See what Musab created here? Yeah, Musab added more uh, details and so on. Hispana? Hispana, amigos? Okay. What else are you sharing with us? Okay. I'm going to share with you on the chat window um, what we call an achievement code. Okay. This achievement code is basically going to get you a certificate from Microsoft. Once you click on the code, make sure you sign in to Microsoft Learn with your personal account and redeem the code. Okay. So once you sign in, it will ask you to create a profile if you don't have any profile. And if you do have a profile, it will pop up the redemption dialog immediately like this, redeem your code. But if you don't have a profile, you will go through the steps of creating the profile. At the end, click on return back to learn. Then this will pop up again. If it doesn't pop up, click on the link again after activating your profile and redeem the code. So once you redeem the code, it would appear under learning path or courses. It's going to be under courses. It's going to be this one, empower your workforce with Copilot for. This is a certificate. If you click on the print icon, you get to print your certificate. So make sure when you're creating your profile, you write your name correctly, right? The way you want it to appear on the certificate. But if you click on the link, this is another learning resource for you other than the PowerPoint I shared earlier. This is the course that talks about different personas, okay? So in here, you will get introduced to Copilot first, but then you will get another link here for Copilot use cases. So on those use cases, we have executive use cases, we have sales, IT use cases, marketing, finance, HR, operation, and a challenge at the end to try. So for instance, an IT person would jump straight to the IT persona. I click on the IT persona, I get some introductions and some exercises. So you start by the introduction, but then you jump to the exercise, all right? You will find next and previous buttons at the end of the screen, or you can jump between the different topics here from this area in here. All right, so this explains the scenario, and then they share with you certain files to download and use within your Copilot. If you don't have Copilot, just read through the scenario. And these are the steps for you to do with the prompts, exactly what prompt to try and so on. So make sure you redeem your certification, all right? Your certificate, I mean, through the link I shared on the chat window. And once you complete this part of the activity, we would like to hear from you your genuine feedback about the session and how we can enhance the session going forward by sharing with us your feedback about the session. The form is going to ask about the trainer name. The trainer name is listed in here, Ayman Al Khalifa. I will share the link for quick access as well on the chat window on Teams. There you go. It's going to be the last link. Feedback form. And at the end, I want to thank you all for joining the session today. I hope you enjoyed my flight, me and my co-pilot. Hope to see you again in future webinars. If you have any question in the future, feel free to reach out. I will be more than happy to help and assist. Reach out to me at my LinkedIn account. Connect. Let's link in, and let's take the discussions further in here. All right, then it's the same one, Sarah. Still the same one. I remember you now, Sarah. It's still the same certificate. Yeah. Thanks for joining, Sarah. All right. If you completed redeeming your certificate and filling the feedback form, which is crucial for us and very important, please feel free to drop out of the session so we can assist and help those who still doing it. Thank you for joining us. I wish you all the best on your future endeavors. Have a good one. Salam alaikum.